Joining me right now is Kasey Storm. She is with me right now. Good evening, Kasey.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Fighting with a phone that's not wanting to hold a charge though, so I apologize for that. I've been fighting with Sprint all day over it.
Hey, I'm is completely understandable. First and foremost, I want to thank you for being a trooper for calling in. I've been dealing with some sinuses myself. As a matter of fact, I'm recovering from it. And I like to say I feel a lot better now than I was probably a week or two ago. So
Yeah.
there's no worries. But nonetheless, thank you so much for calling in under the circumstances that you are in. Um, and that being said, let's go ahead and begin. Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and what got you into doing what you're doing currently.
Well, I'd actually worked for Teresa and Larry Flint, and I had worked in their stores, and that's how I ended up in California. Was working for them. I trained their staff. I worked in the main hub originally and helped train their managers that went to their different retail locations. And while I was at their California store, I was approached by Score to shoot for them down in Miami. And at first I was, it took them about 3 months to convince me. And I was like, what the hell, why not? And the rest is history from there, I guess you'd say. After doing Score, I did worked for a couple other companies. And then I became queen over the American Mean Girls. So I'm the head dominant on that site. And I just kind of ran with the whole thing ever since.
So, how do you feel about the job that you're doing? Obviously, it's people be a lot passionate about what they do for a living, but I mean, you've been doing it for quite some time now. How do you feel about the job that you're doing thus far?
Um, I'm just having fun, enjoying the career, and wherever it goes, it goes. I don't really think too much about it one way or the other. It is what it is. Some people are okay with it and some aren't. My family, for the most part, has come to accept it. My mom's really the only one who hasn't realized that, this is what it is, and oh well. But we're still close. We just have agreed to not discuss it, kind of. It's very liberating, I can tell you that. And you got to have a really open mind and be able to stay focused in order to not fall into some of the traps that, you could easily fall into when going into an industry like this.
What do you consider as for if you don't mind, give me an example of a trap that you think someone in your field may fall for.
Well, a lot of the partying and the drinking and things like that. That's more or less what I'm referring to. I'm not a drinker, Nat, so it's not that big of a deal. But some of the young ones kind of tend to, fall into that lifestyle. They get, they usually come out of it too. But some people end up, they get, they're making good money. The next thing you know, they're living a little bit above their means. And they're not thinking of the future or what they want to do, maybe perhaps business-wise or investment-wise. So that's kind of what I mean when I say that.
I feel like as for a job like that, it could definitely lead into a lot of temptation, if you will. It may keep people mind off focus at times.
Hmm.
You know, I guess regardless, it's a job that you have to do. There's things you have to do. There's people you have to meet, producers, things like that. Um, and some people handle it better than others, I will say. Um,
Yeah.
so if you don't mind, go ahead and talk about some things you have, some projects, some up and coming work that you have coming up.
Well, I just signed a contract with World Entertainment Management Agency, so they're working on a lot of different things. I have different shoots that are going to be coming up with some different companies. So people can watch for that. I can't really say exactly who it is, not yet, but they can watch my Twitter and they'll be able to watch, see exactly what's coming up next and who my shoots are. Because we don't normally let that be known until we're either on set and tweeting or after we're done with set. Some of the bigger companies we've looked into. My boyfriend Tommy Gunn is also about to sign a contract with them. And we're going to be doing appearances in that for various motorcycle rallies, like, Daytona, Sturgis, Hollister, things like that. As well as that, I kind of want to I kind of want to expand. Tommy and I have a clip store and a website, and we also are getting ready to launch another store for my Domination. So that's going to be new. That's going to be coming up here very soon. As well as, kind of maybe test the waters a little bit for a little more mainstream stuff.
All right, for people that wants to learn more from Kasey, you can follow her on Twitter at Kasey_Storm. That's KASEY_Storm, STORM. She also got she also got the website dreamlover.com. You can learn from more from there as well. And you mentioned World Entertainment Agency. You're one of the new signings there. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to Craig.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. They're amazing people. They really bust their tail.
Shout out to those two fellas in particular. I've networked with them for many years, and they always do a great job making sure their clients call in onto this particular show, and I can't express enough of how good these guys are at what they do. So as far as you as a new client is concerned, you are in good hands.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. We talked for a bit. Troy found me on LinkedIn, and that's how we connected and started talking and kind of decided that this was going to be a really good move. And I've been looking for someone to go ahead and represent me. I've been independent for 3 years. So, I kind of felt like it was time to move a little bit more forward, and I wanted to go into, like I said, and branch into different areas. So in order to do that, I was going to definitely have to sign up with an agency or with a management team, and along came Troy at just the right moment, and we had a really good talk and a great connection. So.
How did that being said, you said that you've been independent, you do your own bookings and things like that. What was that like, doing the bookings on your own and making sure you got to get to places you need to be, things like that? I mean, how did it feel, being an independent person, just doing pretty much everything on your own, pretty much?
I enjoyed it. I got lucky, I guess. Most people would contact me through my Twitter, and that's how I got a lot of my shoots. And I had someone to go to who had been in the industry for years. I had Tommy to go to when I needed advice or to run something past them or get their opinion, as well as several other people that are in the industry that I'm close to. And so I kind of had guides, so to speak, to help me navigate through it. Everything from, reputation of the company to what they put out, all the way to the rate, my rate per scene, So it was really, really nice. It was great to have that, and it helped tremendously. And it was nice to be able to set my own schedule for me, so I love that as well.
You've had a chance to work with a lot of people from your field. That being said, is there anyone, any other people, whether it's male or female, that you haven't had a chance to collaborate with but would like to work with someday?
I get asked that question a lot. I think pretty much every radio show I've done, I've been asked that question. And I really don't have anyone in particular. There's a lot of really good talent out there, and so of course, you always want to work with really good talent. But as far as somebody that I kind of can zero in on, there really isn't anyone that I have in mind or that I've thought about, shooting with or, trying to collaborate with. So I guess it's kind of just up in the air, and I let fate just kind of take over when it comes to things like that.
That's
I try not to think. I try not to put too much thought into the whole process because
hmm
then you overanalyze. So.
that's understandable. I guess it's just a matter of sometimes people want to prefer the big names, or some people would prefer to work with someone that you already worked with in the past that you are comfortable with.
Hmm.
Because for someone of your field, the last thing you want to do is work with someone and things get out of hand or whatever the case may be. So I,
Right.
I can
Sure.
understand that you're not as picky as far as, oh, I want to work with this person. I want to work with that person.
Well, I wouldn't say picky. I'm not picky because there have been things I have turned down because it was, talent that I just didn't think I would click with.
Okay.
And if that's why I always find out who the talent is, what's the scenario for the scene prior to committing, so that I can do a little homework and determine whether or not I think that that person has something that we will be able to connect with. If I don't, then I just simply don't do the scene. I decline and thank them for their offer, and that's just the way it goes. I'm not particular as far as the name goes, or do they have a big name? Don't they have a big name? It's just a matter of, is it someone that I think I could connect with, even on just a personality level, just somewhere. And if I don't think I can, then odds are it's not going to work. There are some things that I keep exclusive. The only way it will ever in a million years happen is if Tommy's involved. And other than that, it will never take place. And there have been a lot of people out there that thought I would cave on that one over the last 3 years, and they're learning that now when she says no, it's no. No means no. I'm from the country, so I can be a very stubborn little thing when I want to be. So, other than that, I really don't, like I said, I really don't think or overthink it in any way. You know what I mean?
Well said. Absolutely well said. I am admiring the southern accent. That is pretty nice.
That does come out from time to time, yes.
I've dealt with some southern women myself, and I'm a fellow southerner myself. I was born in Mississippi, and now I reside in country bumpkin, that is Kentucky. I don't have a Kentucky accent by any means, but I do come from the South myself. So, and
Yeah.
Southern women, they tend to say things like, "What's up, pudding?" "What's up, pumpkin pie?" "Precious." You know,
Uh-huh.
things like that. And it's a Southern woman thing, and
Right.
it just makes you feel at home.
Right.
It's that Southern hospitality, if you will. This is a question I love asking people, and you being an entertainer yourself or in the entertainment field, people have like meanings or exclamations behind their stage names. That being said, uh, uh, I don't know if this is your actual name or real name or not, Kasey Storm, but uh,
No.
it's not your actual real name, Kasey Storm.
Now, and the reason we came up with that was the Casey end of it obviously is, there. It's more of a for what I understand, it's more of a country style name. I
Okay.
know a lot of girls back home, or a few girls back home that are named Casey, that they're from the Kentucky, Indiana area. And the storm came from because ever since I was a little girl, I have just loved storms. The bigger the bigger and the more severe the storm, the happier little camper I am. You know, and I can remember my mom having to make me come in the house. I mean, I would get in trouble when there were tornado sirens going off because I wanted to be outside watching. I wanted to see this stuff. And I've always been fascinated by it. I've always loved it. I love being around it, and I'm very comfortable. A lot of people get very, weary and worried when there's severe storm or severe windstorm or tornadoes, and I'm very comfortable with it. I'm very relaxed with it. So that's where the name Storm came from.
That's very interesting, and not only that, you're a lot braver than most. I will say that for someone that's want to be out there, and storm is no joke. It's not a joke at all whatsoever. And I think I just lost Kasey for a moment. Let me go ahead and bring her back on. Kasey, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I think we got disconnected somehow.
I guess it may have been that storm comment, and all of a sudden the call dropped.
Ah.
Yeah. Either technology must have heard the word storm, and for some reason the call just dropped. But
Yeah. But I was raised around all that.
yeah,
Since the time I mean, knee-high to a grasshopper. I was around tornadoes. I was around windstorms. I was around thunderstorms, hail, lightning, thunder. It's all second nature to me. It's just always been a part of my life. I've always been around it. And it didn't. I mean, I can remember playing in it until I got in trouble. Until we get in trouble and have to come in the house.
mhm.
So, it's just always been a part of who I was and something that I loved. So why not make it a part of that decision as well? So that's where it came from.
So that now you know why she is known as Storm, Kasey Storm to be exact. I'm
Yeah.
reading, I'm reading your Dream Lover profile, and one thing I notice, this is a very educated female that I'm on the phone here. Uh, she
Yeah,
does,
actually, I'm a blonde with a brain. Imagine
yes,
that one.
she has a bus administration computer science degree.
A business administration and computer science.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's more than just looks, people. And as you can guess, Kasey is full of surprises.
Oh, yeah.
So what is another thing about you that people may not know, or people may think, oh, this came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't know this about Kasey. Is there anything else in particular?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are surprised by like my favorite pastimes or, things I grew up doing versus most girls. I come across very girly, very Barbie-ish, I guess. And I'm really, I mean, I can be that way. But at home and with my family and with my close friends, I'm more like the Daisy Duke. I grew up riding the dirt bikes and the quads and going mudding and four-wheeling and, hooking up, trucks and helping pull them out of ditches. And, that was me. That was what I did, and, if I wasn't doing that, I was either playing softball or, rock climbing or rappelling or something of that nature. And so I'm very much, I'm very close to a lot of bikers. I absolutely love the biker, I guess mentality, I guess you'd say, or their demeanor. I get along with a lot of different ones, and I would rather be on the back of a Harley than inside a Lamborghini any day of the week. So it's just, I may appear one way, and I can be that way, but I'm definitely, well-rounded when it comes to different things like that.
That's awesome. And as I continue to read your bio, your Dream Lover, yeah, you pointed out Barbie and Daisy Duke. You have the classic California girl look, but you're just a typical sweet country gal, born and bred in the South. Uh,
Yeah.
Outgoing, adventurous, free-spirited, playful, honest, and yes, she does love the outdoors, as you could tell by her last name, Storm.
Yep.
Um, so everybody, man, please check her out at Twitter at Kasey_Storm. That's Kasey as in Kesey. You can learn more from her, not just on her Twitter page, but on her Dream Lover. And she's also have the Amazon wish list that's posted on her Twitter bio. So go buy the woman some stuff if you don't
Oh yeah.
mind. Well, Kasey, it was great chatting with you. Um, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your southern charm. Uh,
Thank you.
and I truly appreciate it. And by the way, people, if you do want to book Kasey, you could go to worldentertainmentagency.com like I did, and you could book her for an interview, appearance, a shoot, etc. And Troy and Craig will get that taken care of and go on from there. Congratulations, Kasey, on being added to the World Entertainment Agency family. And
Thank you.
you guys have any final words out there for your fans out there?
I'm sorry, do what?
Do you have any final words for the fans and anyone in particular out there?
Um, the only thing I can really tell them is, thank you, every single one of you, for everything. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing and enjoying what I'm enjoying and going where I'm going if it wasn't for the fans. And those of you who leave me messages, please be patient. It takes me a while sometimes to get back to you. It's nothing personal. I've had a couple people think that I was singling them out, and I'm really not. I really try to at least say hi. Or if I can't, I try to retweet or favorite or something so they got some sort of acknowledgement. And I know I'm getting a lot of requests for people to be on my Facebook, and I have to apologize for that one. I'm maxed in the waiting list. There's like 700 and some odd people on the waiting list. But you can follow me on there, and you can also, the Kasey Storm fan page is on there as well. So, there's different ways. And I'm on LinkedIn and Pinterest and, Instagram and all that. And they can find all the links to everything. I think most everything's on my Twitter. Just love you. keep it for me.
And one more thing before I let you go. Since, you talked about how southern you are and with the Barbie and the Daisy Duke. And I guess you could consider this a suggestion for a future shoot that you may have. Maybe, are you familiar with Dukes of Hazzard by any chance? Maybe that could be some sort of inspiration for a future shoot or something. I don't know. Just.
Oh, yes. In fact, I've got family from Harlan and from Hazard, Kentucky both. So I'm well aware who they are.
All right. Well, thank again, Kasey. You have a great evening.
Thank you, sweetie. Love you guys. Mwah. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Kasey Storm joining me here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny. See, man, I enjoyed that southern accent. Let me tell you.